Good afternoon and welcome to Tea Time with Miss Liz. That's right, it's afternoon tea, and today my guest is joined with me from all the way from Louisiana. So today in the studio I have Vianca Alyssa Maria Price. She is a woman who has turned her hardship into business, setting out the healthy path she needed for herself and to help others. This woman is amazing, and for some reason she was brought my way, the good old universe working its magic again. So, Bianca, I'm going to let you share away.
All righty. Well, thank you so much for having me. So, my name is Bianca Price. I will be 30 next week. Um, I have three daughters. Two are my bonus daughters. So, my husband and I got married. We've been married for 2 years now, 2 years last week, as a matter of fact. And my youngest is 9, and her name is Selena. And then my two oldest are Lauren and Marissa. Um, I have been in recovery from alcohol and drugs for 5 years now. It'll be 6 in December. That is a huge part of my story. I am known as Keto Kween Vee. That is my business. I run a keto meal preparation service. Um, how I got to that point was after I had been in sobriety for about 3 years. One of the trade offs for, putting in all the hard work of, overcoming drugs and alcohol is that, you kind of substitute it for other things. And for me, it was food. So I gained a lot of weight and I just really wasn't healthy. Like I said, I'm only going to be 30, and 2 years ago, were getting ready to put me on high blood pressure medicine and high cholesterol medicine. It was just insane for me at that age to be going through that. So a coworker of mine at the time told me that I needed to check out keto. And so keto is a low carb, low sugar way of eating. So essentially, what you do is turn your body into a fat burning machine. So it
Okay.
feeds off all the fat instead of the carbs and stuff. So I did some research on it. I was like, what could it hurt? Nothing else has helped. Let me try this out. And so I did. And thus far, I have lost just over 70 pounds.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
yeah. So I started off at 265 and I'm right at 194 right now. So really, really big difference. Now, the thing about keto is that it sort of takes a lot of planning. So for somebody that may not have a lot of time or, just doesn't feel like planning like that, I, was trying to figure out how do I help these people. And that's the kind of personality that I have. And I've been like that my whole life. I just want to help. So hence my business was born, and I started to create menus and cook meals for people on a weekly basis.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I've been in business since last August. So coming up on a year, and um, it's been great. I've helped a lot of people, and that's all the mission ever is to do, is to help people, no matter what that looks like. So if people message me and asking me questions about keto, I will give you all of the information in the world because somebody gave it to me. So I feel like I should be able to pay it forward for others.
So, do you make like meal preps that you
Mm-hmm.
deliver to people or?
Yes, ma'am. Delivery or pickup. So I do meals with the side dishes. I also do desserts as well. Like, some people think, I'm on this, I've changed this way of eating. I've got this new lifestyle. I can't eat desserts. Totally not true. I am a snacker by heart. So I had to figure out how to be able to snack. And that was one of the first things I figured out. I remember one of my first recipes that I made was a keto cheesecake. Fantastic. And
Really?
yes, ma'am. So, I incorporate that in as well. And so I've actually revamped and made bigger my dessert menu options. So I'm really, really excited about those things. I've gotten to the point where I'm able to ship some stuff. So totally plausible to me to ship across the country. Uh, just really trying to make it easier for people to know that it doesn't have to be like this all the time, right? Like you don't have to feel sluggish and be on all these medicines for the rest of your life. Like you can overcome it by just simply changing some things about your diet.
We have a message here from Shar. She's one of my my Unstoppable Gem sisters. And she says, hello, Elizabeth and Bianca. Congratulations, Bianca, on your sorority and your business.
Oh, thank you so much, Shar. I appreciate that.
So yeah, this is how Miss Liz works. When a comment comes in or a question comes in, I will let you know.
Absolutely.
And I do also have a watch party going on. So if anybody is watching and they'd like to do another watch party, sure, go ahead, share it, right? So Bianca, how did you come about making your business? Was it building steps? Did somebody help you, or was it all you?
So I can't take all the credit. My husband is a huge help. So definitely my backbone and my support there. So big thanks to him. Hey, babe. So I had a coworker push me to the idea, like, you really should cook for other people. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to cook for other people. It's fine. And they're like, no, really, people pay you money to cook for them. I was like, oh, okay. So I tried it and I was like, oh, well, this is fun. I like being able to like give people things and be able to offer that assistance and make people's lives a little easier. Like everything seems so hard all the time. Like, oh, I can't do this because it's so hard. I have to have all these special ingredients and let me take care of that for you. I got it.
So on your website, which I'll get you to share at the end of the show in the comments. So if anybody wants to check you out or that, do you have like recipes on there as well?
So I'm in the process of doing that right now. For the time that's been going on, I've just been putting out my meals and desserts and stuff like that. But I am in the process of compiling all of my recipes to create a ebook and things like that.
Okay. So those are all like in the future plans, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's awesome. So during your process of building your business, what was the most stressful thing that you found?
Let's see. I think I tend to beat myself up in my head more than I should.
The second guessing, right? And oh my goodness, can I really do this? Like, yeah.
So if I'm being completely honest, that was a big one for me. Just, am I doing this right? Is this the right thing? Should I put out more? Should I put out less? Are people gonna like this? Are people gonna pay for this? Stuff like that. But my husband is my grounding force and never steers me wrong. So anytime he's like, no, do it. It's going to be fine. Yeah, right? Just do it.
Just do it. Yeah. I've been getting that a lot with a lot of my tea times. Just do it.
Yeah, trust me. It's one of those, people say it and it's a lot easier said than done, especially like I said, like I have that just personality trait where I second guess myself in my head, and I think a lot of people do. So one of those hurdles is just getting out of your own way,
Yeah. Well, that's it, right? Just move it,
right?
And that's the message that I'm getting from a lot of people. Just move. Just do it. Just try. If you don't try, you don't know, right?
Exactly. So, nothing beats a failure but a try.
Exactly. So for tea, we talked about this before the show. So what does tea mean to you? And I know that you have a little tea thing that you do with your platform as well.
So when I do live videos on Facebook, I call it spilling tea, or like I did one recently that was corn tea time. So tea for me is like gossip, let's talk, let's chat, all that kind of stuff.
See, and it just happens that you're on tea time. So
exactly, I thought that was the coolest thing. I was like, oh, look, it's tea time also.
Yeah, and I actually was given your name by Brandy, who was also a past guest on Tea Time. So it's amazing how the world works, right? The tea keeps spilling, right? So
absolutely, Brandy's a very, very good friend of mine.
Yeah. So you know Brandy really well, right?
I do. So Brandy is just 15 minutes away from me, as a matter of
Oh,
fact. She's
wow.
actually my brand ambassador for my business and one of my clients. So super, super well, as well as a very close friend. She made my fabulous Keto Queen shirt for me. But just, a very, very good person.
Oh, that's good. So what message would you like to give everybody about keto?
It is not hard.
Okay.
Sometimes people research it and they're like, oh my goodness, that's just too much. It's not,
Yeah, because that's
as
how
hard.
I am. I'm like, everybody keeps sending me, and I'm like, oh, I can't do all of this. Like,
It's not as hard as it looks. Keep it simple. So I believe for everything in life, everybody has their own journey. So how you do it is your way. And if it works for you, don't worry about if it works for other people. As far as like people telling you, oh, that doesn't work. No, if it's doing what it needs to do for you, just run your race. So just try it. Give it a try.
so is keto like a weight loss program, like, or is it like to balance out the sugars in the body? Like, what is it?
So a lot of people use it to lose weight. That was the primary reason why I did. As far, I don't like to call it a diet per se. And most people that are like super keto won't call it a diet because it's a lifestyle change. And it's one of those changes, I've done a lot of different other changes in life previous to this. This is one that I have found that is easy to maintain in the long run. Like, I'm still fairly young. I can see myself continuing to do this for the rest of my life. And I don't feel like I'm sacrificing. Other things you feel like, oh, I can't have sweets and I can't have this and I can't have that. But this one doesn't feel like you're sacrificing anything.
And is keto healthy for children or just for adults?
So my daughter eats keto sometimes. Probably sometimes. She's still a kid and she's still picky. So, but
well, even adults are picky, right?
Exactly. There are a lot of things that she does like. I have read a lot of studies about keto saying that my daughter particularly has attention issues, and so changing the diet in that capacity does help children that have some sort of like attention issue.
Oh.
Like eliminating the sugars and the carbs helps that.
Well, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Good to know, because I have some grandkids that are a little attention and all that. I'll have to mention that to my daughter.
Yeah, just cutting out the sugars.
Yeah, right. And here I am adding sugars or gumdrops. And she's like, no, take the sugar out. Or the keto gumdrops? I'm not sure, right?
So. Probably.
Really?
So I know personally I've made like keto like gummies, like the little gummy candy. So I can't imagine that that's too far from a gumdrop. So
yeah, I chew on candy when I'm nervous. When my anxiety goes up, I'm like, those gumdrops need to come here. So during your experience, like when your addictions and that, what was your biggest struggle? Was it support system? Was it like, what was the biggest thing?
So I wouldn't say support system because while I was in my active addiction, I cut out my entire support system that was trying to help me, but I thought I knew better. I think for my personality and for me, it was just me being hard-headed and not wanting to listen to reason and thinking that I knew it all and I could fix it and don't worry about it because it's not really an issue.
So what was your wake up moment?
I lost custody of my daughter to the state of Louisiana, and that was all I needed to be like, this is an issue and this is a problem and I can't have my baby live the rest of her life without me. So I went to rehab for about 9 months. After that, I, started over fresh, and I had got, and she only ended up staying in state custody for about 6 months. So I really consider myself lucky in that respect. She was so small, she doesn't even remember at this point. And so it's not even something that comes up at all. But definitely my wake up call was losing custody of her. Like, she was my only reason for being in the first place. Like, once she was born, like, that was it. Like, I knew that I was meant to be her mom, and she was my responsibility, you know?
Yeah, our children are our saving grace, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it is hard. For me, myself, I was in a really bad relationship, and I had to choose, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my kids were put into care, and it's been like a grief of loss for 15 years. But I was able to pick the homes for my children, and
Mm-hmm.
was able to stay connected, right? Because it was me who was asking for help at the time.
Yeah.
So there's lots of different issues, right? And Tinkerbell's trying to be on camera again. She's really like a high anxiety, right? My cat. So she's been making a lot of shows there lately.
A lot of special appearances.
Exactly, right? So what message would you like to give to others that are suffering with addiction right now?
You're not alone. There is help. You have to be ready for it, and you have to be open to it, though. If you're not, then, you know, unfortunately, it just kind of falls on deaf ears. And I know that from both sides of the spectrum. You know, I am in recovery, and I did have people trying to help me, as well as my husband's in recovery. So I've been on that end of the spectrum as well. And it just, I think the biggest thing is just, you're not by yourself. Like, there are other people out here that feel the exact same way, and they have managed to they have managed to achieve sobriety, and you can too.
And
The kitty
she's
is
trying
really
to get comfortable. It's like she's pushing my cushion now. She's a real prize winner, this one. So she's gonna lay behind me. So anything else you'd like to say, Bianca, about your process and your life journey? Like, what messages would you like to share with everybody?
I think, let's see. If I'm trying to think of something I haven't already said.
I know I just throw those questions out there, right? And that's how it works on Tea Time. I don't have any pre-questions made. I do a little bit of research on all of my guests, but I mean, as they pop in, that's how they come out, right? So
that, you know what? I love it. I love the spontaneousness of it, but at the same time, I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't know how to answer.
Oh my god, do I answer this like this, or do I? Right? I make everybody think, right?
Definitely helps for on the spot work. I definitely think that people should take the opportunity. One, if, like I said, if you're an addict and you're still suffering and you haven't found, you know, the light yet, reach out. There is somebody that'll help. There are probably way more people that are trying to help you than what you even realize. As far as the healthy lifestyle changes and losing weight and things like that, you know, you have to be open to the change, willing to, you know, put in the work, because nothing that's worth having comes easy. And while I said keto is not hard, it is not. But, you know, you still have to maintain some sort of self-control with it as well. You know, there have been, you know, I'm human, so there have been days that I've either overdone it on keto sweets because I like to snack, or I've had a cheat day and just feel awful, which is normally what happens. Just feel like my body physically feels awful afterwards. But, you know, just keep pushing forward from that. Every day is a new day. So as long as you're still moving forward towards the goal, you'll achieve it.
I like that. I like how you keep saying to move forward, right?
Oh, yeah.
Continue with the goal. Just do it. And, you know, just do it. Like, that is a statement for Miss
Absolutely.
Liz's Tea Time. Just do it. Everybody, all my guests are saying this, just do it. So if you have a dream or a goal out there, all you viewers, like, just do it. Just give it a try. If you don't try, you don't know. And failing is growing.
Yep.
Like, don't take it as a give up. Take it as a step of, I just need to go a different way. I need to try harder. I need to do less or more, but just give it a try, right? So, and that's what Tea Time's all about, right? We're spilling tea today. So.
Absolutely.
So So do you have a favorite tea that you drink? Or, I believe you don't, right?
So, funny story about tea. So when I was a kid, probably a little younger than my daughter's 9, so probably like 7 or 8, I was really sick. My mom tried to make me drink tea. So if you're watching, Mom, this is why I don't like tea.
Mom, it's all on you.
Mom tried to make me drink tea, and it just made me so physically sick, and I've been traumatized for life, and I don't like tea.
That bad cup of tea, right?
I know, which is funny because my husband likes tea and my daughter likes tea, but just, I'm the only one.
And Louisiana is known for sweet tea, right?
I know. So of all the places to live, and I don't like tea.
So in Louisiana, how is it over there right now?
Well, we're all under a stay-at-home order, as most places are. So my daughter and I have been in the house for 3 weeks. My husband's actually a truck driver, so he came home just a couple days ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he was gone for 2 months, so he came home just a couple days ago. So now he's at home hunkering down with us for a little while. They've canceled school, so she's been rocking the homeschooling stuff and just trying to push it along here and see what they've got coming next. They haven't made any formal announcements on whether or not the kids will go back to school at all this year. I know a lot of states have said that they're not going to at all, but Louisiana hasn't formally made the announcement yet.
Yeah, in Canada, they haven't finally made the announcement either, but I believe that it's going to be done until next year, right? So.
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely. When they sent the notice saying that they weren't going back until like what was spring break for us, I was like, I don't think they're going to go back at all.
So are they having like homeschool programs?
So it depends on what parish you live in.
Okay.
Some of them are like requiring the kids to do stuff. Some of them aren't. The parish that we live in is not requiring the kids to do stuff. My daughter has, like I said, attention issues and a little struggles in school. So we're still trying to push forward with that and make sure that she's getting what she needs to get. Because if they don't go back, we're probably going to just start in 4th grade, and we're going to need to know a little something to go into 4th grade. So.
Well, and that's the question that's being asked by a lot of parents out there is, do the children go to the next grade? Do they repeat the grade? Like, like how does this work? Right. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I know that's what my grandkids are asking. Like, Grandma, do I go and repeat my grade again? And I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. I can't say yes, right? If I.
Because we're not really sure either. You're just like, I'm not sure, but we're all going to figure it out together. And if you do go forward and we haven't gotten everything yet, we'll make sure that we get everything we need to get.
Yeah. So is there anything special in Louisiana that you're known for?
Oh.
Because I'm in Canada, so I want all my viewers in Canada to know a little bit about Louisiana here.
Like Louisiana as a state, or like me as a person?
You as a person and your state.
Okay, so
share it all, girl.
Pretty sure Louisiana in general is probably known for Mardi Gras, even though we're not all New Orleans. And even like where I live in Ponchatoula, Louisiana, so it's the strawberry capital of the world. But we're still quite a bit of ways from New Orleans, but that's what most people know Louisiana for, is Mardi Gras, New Orleans, and Bourbon Street and beignets and things like that. As far as me, I think that, well, at least I would love to be known for my desserts.
So what is your favorite dessert that you make?
Oh, let's see. I have a really good like brownie bite that I make. It's fantastic. So I think that's probably one of my favorites. I like brownies a lot, and I do them in a muffin tin, like cupcakes, so that way every piece has an edge to it, because the edges are my favorite brownie piece. So I was like, everybody needs an edge piece.
We need that edge.
Exactly.
Right? Mm-hmm. So when you make your recipes, do you talk and give love to your food? Like,
so I sing and I dance while I'm cooking. So like all of the love from my singing and dancing flows into my food. I feel like there's no, for me, my grandma cooked a lot when I was a kid, and my mom cooked a lot when I got older. And so they always showed me how to put the love into the food. And
cool.
So I think it just naturally happens because I've watched, the two women in my life do that.
Yeah, because I watch a lot of cooking shows and I see a
Mhm.
lot of loving going into food.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So are you big on seafood, or like what is your
I
main dish?
love seafood.
I
And
think it's like
what a
crawfish,
state.
right?
Oh
Louisiana,
yeah.
yeah.
What a state to live in and love seafood. So shrimp is really, really big. If a week goes by and we haven't had shrimp, it's strange.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we have shrimp a lot. Crawfish is big. I mean, depending the season. So right now we're in crawfish season. I haven't actually gotten to eat crawfish yet this season, and I was telling my husband the other day I was very upset about it because
I need my crawfish.
exactly. I only like it when he boils crawfish, so I needed him to come home to boil me crawfish.
So is there a way to make crawfish?
Yes. So typically people will do it in like these huge pots outside on the outside burners, and you put in all the seasoning and onions and lemons and things like that, and then the crawfish go in. It's like an art. There's a whole like art
Wow.
form to making crawfish, which is why I let my husband do it.
Yeah, because I didn't know how to make it at all. I see a lot of people eating it, and I'm like, how's that made?
It's a whole art form. Like people down in Louisiana take their crawfish very seriously.
So if anybody's in Louisiana, get your crawfish, right?
Oh
Once
yeah,
this is
absolutely.
done, I don't want anybody going out and getting crawfish. So how can people find you?
So I am on Facebook primarily. That is my major platform. So just in the search bar, Keto Kween Vee. You'll find it V like VEE and Queen like KWEEN. And I'm on Instagram as well. For right now, those are the two platforms that I've tackled. I didn't want to branch out into anything else, not really knowing how it works. So I stick to those two for right now.
Okay. So after the show, once we close up and that, I'll get you to put all that in the comments so people can follow you, and if they want to reach out, know a little bit more. You have a website as well, I believe, right?
No, right now it's just the Facebook and the Instagram, but I take all my orders and stuff off Facebook and Instagram as well.
Okay, so like you have a menu chart on your Facebook?
I absolutely do.
Okay. So if anybody would like to reach out to Bianca, she's going to put all of her cool information there. And we learned a little bit about Louisiana today, and we learned a lot about just staying forward and just doing it, right? Stay positive and set a goal and do it. Is there a final message you would like to leave, Bianca?
Don't give up. Don't ever give up. Because there were, as I'm getting closer to my 30th birthday, I reflect a lot back. And so there were a lot of times where I just didn't think that I was going to make it to the point where I'm at right now. And especially just in general, like in life, as far as age and in my recovery and, with my business, because I wasn't sure it was going to flourish, but it has. And, just from not giving up and continuing to push and strive and set goals and smash those goals and set bigger goals, and nothing can stop you if you've got the motivation to keep going.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing today on Teatime. And I really appreciate you coming in all the way in from Louisiana. See, we can travel. We can do it through virtual.
Absolutely.
And we make new friends and connect. And like, my door is open to anybody out there. So Teatime is open to anybody worldwide. If you would like to be seen on Teatime, reach out and I will get you on there. I do morning, afternoon, and evening teas. So don't worry about time zones. We will figure it out and we will get you seen. Bianca was given to me by a past guest, Brandy, who is amazing. Check out her business as well. And just keep passing the ripple effect, right? Just keep everybody connected. We need to stay connected at this time, and don't give up and keep going. It's like Bianca said, don't give up, right? We're going to get through this, and we need to all stick together. This is worldwide. It's not just one country. It's all of us that is feeling this effect right now. So check out Bianca's amazing page, get some goodies, and get to know her a little bit. and get to know a little bit more about Louisiana, because I sure do want to know more. And who knows, maybe once this is done, I'll go to Louisiana and have some crawfish.
Absolutely. Everybody that comes down's family. Absolutely.
There we go. Everybody's having crawfish, right? We're all having a big old feast. So with that, I'm going to thank everybody for joining me today with Tea Time with Miss Liz. And I will see you guys tomorrow with a big, huge, special guest coming on who is going to change the world with a paintbrush. So check that out tomorrow. So until then, we're going to make a difference one cup of tea at a time.